All right, welcome back to the Go to NFL podcast. We're starting off a little bit differently today. We're going to talk about the future NBA champions, the
This
future
guy.
dynasty of the league coming up.
Milwaukee Bucks, baby. Greek freak. Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about that fake pandemic ring he got.
Okay. Well, at least they won a ring, but okay.
I mean, yeah, fake rings. I guess it counts, right? But
yeah. I mean, your rings are from the Martin Luther King era, but I digress.
we got one. We got one in the George Bush administration.
Shit. That was like 15 years ago, bro.
It was, yeah. George Bush was the president. Obama hadn't even been brought in yet, bro.
All right, Celtics get Jrue Holiday. I'll start it off since this is your. What do you think about the Celtics trading for Jrue Holiday? What do you think about them losing Robert Williams?
Yep.
And who else did they trade? I forgot. Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. He was already gone. But what are your thoughts on the lineup, the starting five, and like the overall team?
Yeah, it's the best starting five in the league. It is, like, by any way you want to slice it. Okay, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis. That's four All-Stars in one lineup. And Derek White made all defense last year, so this is like five great defenders all in one lineup. I just think this is the perfect trade. This is a trade we needed to make especially after the Bucks acquired Dame. This is the perfect guy to throw at Dame is Jrue Holiday. And
he's clamped him up before in the playoffs with New Orleans.
2018 playoffs, he clamped his ass up.
Was it 2018?
Yeah, it was 2018.
Damn, I feel like it was longer ago. Honestly,
it feels like it. AD was still on the Pelicans.
Yeah,
this before COVID, all that shit, right?
Yeah,
it feels like a long time ago. Yeah, man. Like, we've seen what he's able to do. Not that he's gonna lock up Dame. Like, I think Dame's gonna do his thing, right? Because great players do that. But I'm saying you add someone like Jrue, who now has a chip on his shoulder because he's gonna be facing the Bucks. He's like, "Oh, you chose that motherfucker over me? Okay, I'm gonna show you."
Yeah, I've clapped his ass before.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's gonna be playing with a chip on his shoulder this season, and no matter how you slice it. It sucks to lose Rob, and then earlier in the offseason, it sucked to lose Marcus Smart, right?
But you upgraded.
Yeah, it's upgrade. Jrue's an upgrade from Smart. Porzingis an upgrade from Williams, right? As a Celtics fan, it hurts because it's like you watch these guys grow up, like develop, get better every single year, be important pieces to a team that almost won the championship 2 years ago, right?
Almost debatable.
I'm saying 6 games. I mean, they won that game 4, where
it was Steph went God mode. He was OD.
Crazy, right? That team just ran into the more experienced team, right? And that's why they lost.
And the best player at the time.
Exactly.
At the time, yeah.
Steph's still better than Tatum to me.
But, no. I'm saying like he was arguably the best player in the world. Him and Giannis at the time. I mean, him, Giannis, Joker, that's been like the top 3 for the past few seasons, I think.
So, yeah, the way I look at it, after Dame went to Milwaukee, I'm like, okay, they're the favorites. But now after this trade, I think Milwaukee is looking at it like, damn, like we got Dame, but Jrue going to the Celtics was probably their worst case scenario.
Yeah,
the Celtics play the Bucks tough every single time. They beat them the last time they played them, right? I believe they would have beat them last year too if they had faced them. I just think like.
I mean they lost to the Heat, so
if they would have gone to the Heat, that would have scared me because I know how the Celtics play against the Heat. The Heat, like all of a sudden, Cody Martin becomes Michael Jordan, and fucking Duncan Robinson can all of a sudden hit shots again.
Like Steph and Clay.
Yeah, it's just all this random shit. None of that shit happens with the Bucks. But the thing is, with the Bucks, from their perspective, this is a trade they needed to make too. Okay, because they've never had a guy who can get a shot late in the fourth quarter. Now they arguably have the best guy.
I mean, they had Chris Middleton, but he's not the ideal Robin.
Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, he was great in the.
He had moments where he could do it. But a guy who could do it night in, night out. Now they have that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So for them, this is a trade they need to make too, especially with Giannis basically threatening to leave, like if they didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, both teams got way better. To me, these are the guaranteed top 2 teams in the East right now. I'm not going to count out Miami. I'm never going to count out Miami.
I'm done counting. I don't think Miami's a championship team, honestly.
That's
I
what
think
everybody said
last year,
last year. That's
yeah,
what everybody
yeah,
said
but when
last
you
year.
last
I'm
year,
just
bro,
saying
like I don't know, they caught luck with Giannis got hurt. Granted, like he
they
played
would have won
the.
anyway. They would have
I
won
don't think
anyway.
so. I think that
They
changed
would
the
have.
trajectory of the series.
I don't.
But
I think it did, but I think they would have still won. Not in five. I think they would have probably won in 6 or 7.
it's because like when you think about it, like all those games were hella tight. Like other than
Oh
like
yeah,
the blowout win, the fucking Heat, the Bucks won without Giannis, which is crazy. They were all
yeah.
tight, and the Bucks were the better team until like the fourth when they didn't have like they couldn't score. Giannis couldn't get
Well,
shit off. He was
Giannis
missing
is
or
Giannis had his worst showing in the playoffs last year to me. Like especially the last game they lost, and
and it's
remember
crazy because he had
he
like
was
39 and 20, bro, and
yeah
but like he missed
he had
the
like
free throws and he couldn't
yeah,
get his own
bro.
shot.
Like he
Couldn't get his
literally
own
put up
shot.
after the game. I'm like, bro, this is like the worst 39 and 20
30,
performance I've
it's
ever seen.
crazy. That's how great he is, though. Like
Yeah,
that's how great
exactly.
he
Like
is.
Giannis is held to such a high standard at this point, right?
Yeah,
Because like to me, he's a top 15 greatest player of all time. Like
yeah,
so you're gonna be held to that standard. But Giannis, especially the last game they lost, and like he fucking swatted the ball out of bounds. He didn't want to go to free throw
yeah.
line that
He was
bad.
fucking terrified.
Yeah, he was terrified. He tried to like basically just get the fucking ball away from him, right?
Yeah,
So like now he doesn't have to worry about any of that because
he got
hopefully
stained.
for their sake, Chris Middleton will come back and be healthy. Like because he was playing
Healthier, yeah.
ass for the majority of last year coming off the injury. So if they get him healthy, and then they get Dame, obviously, they're gonna be a force. Like to me, that's
I
Eastern
think,
Conference Finals.
yeah,
The Celtics and the Bucks.
I think with the Celtics, I think they needed to make this move if they wanted to compete with the Bucks, and the Bucks needed to get Dame if they wanted to compete with the Celtics. I don't know if that makes sense,
No,
but
you're right,
because I think
100%.
the Celtics, I think they were the best team in the East last year, and then obviously they lost to the Heat, but I don't think anyone really saw that other than Heat fans, I guess. I don't know.
No,
No
Heat
one thought
fans
the
didn't
Heat
even
were.
see it. Heat fans didn't
Yeah,
even see it, bro, because they lost. They lost the first playing game. Remember?
and then they
And then
barely
and then they
won.
barely beat the Hawks to get in. They were
Yeah,
this close. I remember going to the Heat Reddit after the first. I think they lost.
people,
Well,
Heat
they
fans were
lost.
like, "Why?" They didn't want to. They didn't want to
They
make it
didn't
because
want to
they thought
make
they were
it.
going to
Yeah,
get smoked out.
yeah. They wanted to get a lottery pick, and then boom, they go on this crazy run, and Jimmy literally turned into Michael Jordan against the
Yeah, it was
Bucks.
fucking nuts,
Like it
bro.
was insane. So yeah, it's like I don't see them repeating that performance,
They're
but the
not. They're
Heat
not.
have proven that they're just a team
They're
that
gonna be in the. They're gonna
you
be
can't
in
count
the
them out
playoff mix,
never.
but I don't. I just think on like on paper, you got. I think Damon Giannis is gonna be the best duo.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the
that's the best
Celtics
duo
are
in
gonna
the league.
Celtics are gonna have the best starting five. However way you want to slice it, if it's Derek White at the two, or if they have Drew at the one, and they have like if they go smaller and or not smaller, if they have like Jalen or Tatum at the two, and then Horford at power forward or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There's a
I
lot
think
of flexibility
regardless,
with the
they're gonna
Heat.
have the
So
best starting five. I think the Bucks are gonna have the best duo, like two top 10 players. Giannis top three, Dame arguably top 10. I don't know if you put him in or out. And I just think it's gonna come down to who do you trust more, like the role players in the starting five? Because I think Tatum's the obvious. He's the number one. And then I don't know if you have who like Jalen Brown's your two, and then Chris
Brown's
Straps
the three.
or Drew is your three, like your third option. I'm saying
Yeah,
third like
yeah.
scoring option.
They're interchangeable to me. Like Drew
I
or
think I
Chris
think
Stapps could be the three on any night.
I think the best case scenario for the Celtics is Drew's like their fourth scoring option. That way he could focus on his defense. Because with the Bucks, he was asked to be the two, like the second scoring option
Yeah.
on a lot of nights, and
Sometimes
you
the
would
one.
see, yeah, like in the clutch, like shooting wise, yeah, and then the
Yeah,
clutch, like his efficiency numbers went down like 11% shooting.
yeah,
Um, he was getting torched
yeah.
versus Jimmy Butler.
He
I
couldn't.
just
No
think,
one could guard Jimmy at that point, though.
yeah,
He was just
yeah.
doing some shit.
But I just think, like, I think it's gonna be Bucks, Celtics, ECF. I think one of them, whoever wins that, is gonna win the finals. I think. Or never mind. Because you still gotta respect Denver. Because Denver's
Yeah,
still they're bringing
Denver's
that
still.
five. Joker's probably the best player in the world, Jamal Murray, he fits perfect with Joker. Their role players, MPJ and Aaron Gordon, they all like they know their roles. They shoot threes. They play defense. So I don't know. The finals is going to be interesting, regardless. I think it's wins for both teams, and when you look at it, the NBA champions, I don't like the whole they don't have any bench. Like, bro, when it's playoff time, it's only your starting five and like two certain role players on the bench that matter.
It's like 7-man rotations.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I think it's a great deal for the Celtics to get Jrue. I think the Bucks are happy. They got Dame. They got a consistent number two. And Kristaps or not Kristaps, fucking Chris Middleton or Brook Lopez, it could be your third option. Because Brook Lopez can shoot the three from he's good for a big. And I don't know if you start Malik Beasley or Pat Connaughton for the Bucks. I don't know who you would have at the two, but
I think Connaughton will probably get the start because he's been there long.
Yeah,
he's been there for a while, so I think he'll probably start. Malik Beasley, especially defensively, he's a question mark. Like, he didn't even play for the Lakers last year because his defense is so bad. So I think he's gonna have to play because they really don't have much off.
Yeah, they have him and Jay Crowder. That's it.
Jay Crowder
and Robin Lopez, I guess.
I don't even know if they still have that Javon Carter guy. I know he was on the team last year.
I don't know.
Still have him, so yeah, they need guys to step up as well. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the two best players. It's going to come down to Tatum. It's going to come down to Giannis.
Honestly, I trust Giannis and Dame more, but I trust the Celtics starting five. So, like, in a best of seven, I don't know. I might have to pick Celtics, man. I don't know. I think it's a 7-game series regardless.
Me too. I think with this Jrue trade, the Celtics are now, to me, the best team in the league. Not just the East, but also the league. I think the Celtics are going to win.
I still give my respect to Denver just because, like, you saw what they did with the healthy Joker, healthy Jamal Murray. Like, they ran through the playoffs. Like, honestly.
Yeah. I got the Nuggets going back. Like, I don't see like Phoenix is obviously Phoenix. I think have a little bit of problems.
Nah, I think Phoenix is like they're paper champions, bro. Like, they're not. I don't think they're making the Western Conference Finals.
The thing is, Phoenix is still got two top 10 guys as well. Like, that's the thing. Like, if we're talking about duos, you could say Giannis and Dame are number one. It's probably KD and Booker number two.
I'm taking Giannis and Dame though over them, man. Just because I trust Giannis' health more than KD's.
Yeah, and KD's health is a big question mark at this point in his career. So
yeah,
makes sense. But yeah, man, I think to me coming out of the West, it's still going to be Denver.
Yeah, for sure.
Because here's the thing, right? They had no answer for Jokic, and they only got worse. They got Nurkic instead of Ayton. So to me, they're going to get absolutely shredded. They're going to need KD and Book, and they added Bradley Beal. They're going to need those guys to average 30 a game in order to beat Denver, And they kind of just add a bunch of random guys off the bench like Bol and fucking
Bol's crazy. Bol and Grayson Allen.
They're trying to get TJ McConnell. Like they're kind of just looking for anything right now.
I think they're just trying. I think they're doing. I don't know. This is gonna sound dumb. I don't know if I should say. Like, when the Lakers traded for Westbrook.
Yeah.
And they had the big three, like, Westbrook, AD. I feel like it's obviously Bill is a better player than Westbrook at this point in his career. He's a better shooter, better role player, not role player, but in that big yeah. So it's not the best comparison, but I feel like they're it's just the big names. I don't you don't know how they're gonna play together. This is the first time they're all gonna be playing together. And with the Celtics, they just took out a player and they added Jrue. They upgraded their Marcus Smart, right? They got a better version of Smart. With the Bucks, it's pretty much the same 5 guys, except they took out Jrue and they put in a better offensive player. But I mean, their defense, the perimeter defense is gonna hurt with losing Jrue. But he wasn't even I don't want to say great in the playoffs, but he wasn't because he was asked to do both, play offense and defense.
Exactly.
But I just like what they're doing more, like the Celtics and Bucks than the Suns. When it comes to forming their teams, but it should be interesting.
Suns have had some questionable decisions. I already brought up the Nurkic one, And with Beal, like obviously he's a good player. Like it's gonna work to a certain degree, but I just
Yeah,
think
I don't trust it in the
it's
playoffs.
I don't think it's the greatest fit in the world. Like with them,
Yeah,
I think they got rid of Chris Paul because he's always hurt and he's just
he's old.
not that good anymore. Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
super old. So
point guard, R.I.P. man.
yeah, exactly. I still think he's going to do some good stuff on the Warriors this year, but they needed to upgrade that spot, so they did. But he's not the passer that Chris Paul was. He's not the defender that Chris Paul was. So I have a hard time seeing how it's going to work because one of those guys really got to take a step back in terms of shots, right? And I think it's going to be Beal, you know. So
Yeah,
we'll see
probably.
how he adjusts to that, you know what I mean? Because he's been pretty much just shooting whatever the hell he wants for the last.
And then when you think about it too, like I feel like he's missed a lot of time the past couple seasons. Like these past 2 seasons on the Wizards, he
Low-key,
hasn't
he
been.
has. He's been injured a couple of years.
That's one thing I'm worried about with the Bucks too. Is Dame low key last not 2 seasons ago he missed. I think he missed most of the season, right? And then this last season they shut him down, and I want to say it's because they were trying to like tank for the
They're trying
top,
to tank.
but like it's something to look out. Especially they didn't get younger. Like their window is still like these next 2 years. They got to win one within these next 2 years, or it's a failure of a trade.
100%. Yeah, for all these teams that we named, it's a failure if they don't win the title.
The only thing is the Celtics. They're young, so like there's still time. But at a certain point, you wonder if they're gonna like lose patience. But I don't think they will. But like
Yeah, that's as a Celtics fan, that's what kind of worries me. I'm kind of worried this be like a OKC situation where they just never get over the hump. You know, like
nah.
KD,
I think Drew's a good
KD,
piece to help. Yeah.
you know that era of OKC. But I think Jrue is plug and play. So I think Jrue could fit on any team, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be an easy transition for him. And like I said, like that lineup, it just fits together perfectly. And the spacing, the shooting, like they're going to be able to play 5 out at all times. That's what I really like about it.
It's gonna be a dogfight, man.
It's going to be fun. But yeah, man, let's move on. Let's move on.
We got to get into these
we gotta get into these games.
these NFL games.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't do a reaction to Thursday night last week, and I don't really think it warranted one because the Lions kind of just smoked them. We both had the Packers winning. I honestly, when I look back, I'm like, why did I pick the Packers? Like, Jared Goff's obviously better than Jordan Love, and I don't know. I just feel like they've shown they're the better team this year, man. I don't really know what we were thinking.
I don't know if he's better than Jordan Love.
Oh, he's 100% better than Jordan Love, bro. 100%.
I think
100%. I don't know if you're trolling or not.
I'm not trolling at all.
Oh my God, Jordan Love's not. He has not moved me at all.
He started off that game pretty bad, but I think he played pretty well.
Bro, but they were down. They were down by like.
They were done. But I'm saying, I just think. I think
they were down 27-3.
If you're asking me who I take, I'm taking Love.
You're crazy. Respectfully.
Goff is a good quarterback, and I think he's benefited.
He's better than Love, bro. He's better than Love.
He's been a quarterback in this league for 7 years now. So, yeah, this is Love's first year starting. You're going to see some rookie mistakes, right?
But bro, this is his fourth. Like, this is like his fourth season.
I understand, but he's never played. He's never played. He's got 2 starts in his career, before this season. So.
I don't know. When I watch Jordan Love, I see his footwork's sloppy. He misses a lot of passes.
I love his arm, bro. Some of these throws he makes are really nice. It's that's what you want in a quarterback.
I don't know, man. I don't see it personally. I just don't see it with him.
Okay.
It's only 4 games into his.
We'll agree to disagree on that. I like him. I like him a lot.
I don't know. I feel regardless, though, I feel like this game could have went downhill really fast. Like Jared Goff threw a pick in the first first drive, and then the Packers didn't capitalize. They took a field goal, and then boom, the Lions just went down and scored. Then they went down and scored again. I felt like the Lions pretty much controlled it. David Montgomery had a really good game. The tight end, was it the rookie tight end for the Lions? He looks pretty good, man. What's his name?
Good. He's leading.
Sam Laporta, yeah, he had 4 catches, 56 yards. He's a good player.
He looks like the best tight end out of that class that just came out. So, good on him, man. Good on them for taking them. Lions, their offense is legit, man. It is
And then they're gonna get Jameson Williams, which you hope that could like even make the offense look even better. I think he's back after. I think they like
Yeah,
reduced his suspension because of like the new
yeah,
rule,
they reduced
which
his
is
suspension.
which
Yeah,
is which
so
is
he'll be
interesting.
back. Like he's probably gonna start off slow just because he literally hasn't played much
Yeah,
yet.
he started off. He didn't look the greatest last year either when
Yeah,
he
he was
like
coming
in
off
his
an
limited.
ACL. He was coming off
Yeah,
an
yeah, that's what I'm
ACL
saying.
too.
That's what I'm
So
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think he'll. I think he's gonna show up this year. I really do. Like I like Jameson a lot. So yeah, that's just a boost to that team. But yeah, man, the Packers. Yeah, they just got outmatched. I don't think this tells me anything really about these two teams moving forward.
I think it tells me the Lions they're like they could handle like people are giving them expectations, and I think this says like they're ready for them because like I feel like old Lions would have lost like a game with
Oh
expectations
yeah,
where they're on the road they would have folded, but I think Dan Campbell's a pretty good coach, man. And and people are like, oh, it's the play caller, what's his name for the
it's
offensive
Johnson.
coordinator.
It's like something Johnson. I forget his first name.
Yeah,
It's like
like Brad. No, I don't want to say. I'll just say Bradley Johnson's not it. Don't look that up for me. But regardless, I don't know. I feel like a good head coach surrounds the team with good offensive coordinators, good defensive coordinators,
yeah, it's
and so far,
Ben
Ben
Johnson.
Johnson, Ben Johnson. There you go. And like, because if you're a bad head coach like Dennis Allen, you're gonna keep shitty coordinators like fucking Pete Carmichael. But that's
You had to
that's for
you,
the that's for
you
a
had to
later
throw in
topic.
you had to throw in the
Yeah, I
shot,
had to
man.
throw in my shots, man. I'm sick of that guy. But no, I think he's a good coach, man. I think people like
He is a good
they
coach. I'll give it
they
up.
overreacted to his
He's a good
press
coach.
conference, and I think the Lions are like probably the fourth best team in the NFC. It's the Cowboys, the Niners, and the Eagles, not in that order. Those are the top three. Those are the big three, and then from there it's Seattle, Detroit, however you want to put it. But
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. The NFC, it's kind of weak. It's
it's
very
it's
top
weak,
heavy.
man. It's
It's top
weak.
heavy. Uh,
Definitely
but
top heavy.
but yeah, uh, yeah, man. Let's move on to
Yeah.
this is the London game. I didn't watch this.
I
I'm excited.
personally, I
You're not
was, I
excited
woke
for it.
up and I fucking was like,
You're
this
not
game sucks, bro.
you're not getting me up at 6:30 in the morning for a Jacksonville
To
game.
watch Desmond Ritter, respectfully, that
Yeah,
guy sinks. But I
Desmond Ritter. Yeah, man.
he's not good, man. He's holding this team back. He threw two bad picks, bro. He was 19
Yeah,
for 31. He's not a good player. I'm sorry.
my
He's
Desmond Ritter's agenda is kind of going down the toilet
that
these
shit's
days.
been cooked, brother. That shit's been cooked.
But yeah,
Bijan looked
yeah.
good though. He had 105 yards on 14
Oh yeah,
carries.
he's
He's
unconditional
good.
already.
He's a good man. He's good. Kyle
But
Pitts
yeah,
didn't do anything again. Drake London didn't do any like their
please
offense.
just trade Kyle Pitts to New England,
Bro, Jonnu
please.
Smith had more yards than Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
That's
Pitts.
fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, man. Jacksonville's offense is still a question mark. They had a pick six, so they only scored 16 points on
Yeah,
offense.
Trevor
So
Lawrence hasn't looked the greatest
he hasn't
either.
looked good. Outside of that week one, he hasn't really looked good so
I
far.
think he had a lot of bad drops last week versus not Tennessee, Houston. But I don't know. Like I would be lying if I said I watched this game in detail. But I don't know. Like when you just look at the box score, it doesn't look great. But I didn't really watch this game either. So like
Yeah, I caught like the tail end of it. Yeah. Like this is a snore fest. Jacksonville's actually staying in London. They have two straight London games. I think they're
oh
playing
really?
Yeah, they stayed in London this week. I think they're playing the Bills on London in London coming up. So, yeah, like we said before, it's pretty much a home game for Jacksonville in London.
Yeah.
But
I don't. Yeah, this game wasn't really moving me. I'm gonna be honest.
it didn't move anybody. But
Yeah.
let's move on to Rams and Colts, man.
This game was pretty interesting.
This game was good, man. Like we saw like Richardson, he flashed the arm talent. He had a nice comeback in the end. Like damn near, they could have won this game, man. They could have. But yeah, they just couldn't get it done in overtime. But Puka Nacua, man, like hey man, we need to start having a conversation about him. And like I
You
know
think
people are shitting on Cooper Kupp because they're like, oh fuck, like
he's a
fake ass season.
Sean McVay
Now
merchant, a slap
yeah, they're
merchant?
basically gonna act like Cup's not good now. It's like, no, man, maybe they just hit on another guy. Like maybe
I
Puka
think I
Nacua
think
just
it's
don't look good.
both. I think it's both. I think for sure, like when you're put in a system with Sean McVay and he's gonna give you plays where you could get open, but
But
also it's
still,
it's on the receiver to get open and catch the
he's
ball and
dropping,
make
bro. He's
plays.
dropping like 160.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not trying. I'm just saying, like it has to do with the talent, the coaching.
Yeah,
It's a mixture of both.
I
Because
got
Cooper
you.
Cup was good before he had that big season. He was just always hurt, and then he's been hurt the past 2 years, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
But no, yeah, I thought it was it 23-0, and I thought they were just gonna blow him out. But like the Colts, man, they got Anthony Richardson. He has all the tools, man. He's a big quarterback. He make all the throws. Granted, he's not consistently making them, but like when you're a young quarterback, you just want to see the traits. He could run. He could, He's a great runner. He's dynamic.
yeah.
Um, and like I don't think the Colts have any like superstars on offense. Like Jonathan Taylor's not playing. Michael
They
Pittman,
might
he's a
be.
good receiver, but he's like a lower end wide receiver one.
Yeah, he's not a true one.
Yeah,
Um,
no, but
I, they should be getting JT back. I think I saw like
I saw
he's
he's
des-
practicing. I don't know if
he's
he's gonna come
designated
back though.
he's designated to return because they had him on I think the IR to start. So he's eligible to return this week. So if they can get him back, like that's gonna be a big help. Obviously, he's not gonna get paid, unfortunately for him. But
Yeah,
yeah, but the Colts they got their guy, man. Like I'm sold on
yeah.
Richardson, 100%.
I think him and Stroud would have been better picks for Carolina, which is hindsight. But
It's looking like it.
I
It's
no,
looking like it.
I like CJ Stroud. I thought he was QB1 coming out of the draft. Like that's what I thought. And it's debatable right now. I think he's been the best rookie quarterback, but not
Easily.
like Anthony Richardson's been terrible either.
Richardson's been really good. He just got to stay on the field. He actually did a good job of not getting himself killed this week. So
Yeah,
that's always a
but
plus.
not. It was a fun game. Went to OT, and then Stafford did what he does. Came back and won.
Yeah, Stafford. I don't know how many game-winning drives he got at this point. He's got like something like 44
He has a
game-winning
lot.
drives.
He has
Like
a lot.
yeah, so good on him.
Was it
Stafford.
Kyron Williams? He had a good game too.
Yeah, Kyron
25
Williams.
attempts, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been good for with Jonathan Taylor out
The Rams know how to find these late-round running backs, like they did with Cam Akers before. Now,
before he was tripping. Yeah.
yeah, and before the injury too. And now it looks like they found another one with Kyron Williams. But
Like
yeah,
they just I don't know. Everyone thought this team was gonna suck, including myself. But Sean McVay's
me
just a good
too.
coach,
Me
man.
too. I
Great
did. Yeah,
coach.
I didn't give him enough credit last year. I thought like Sean McVay had a foot out the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like
There was
everyone did though.
yeah. So it's like I don't know how this team's gonna be, but he's a great coach, man. And they still have Aaron Donald, who's doing his thing in this game as well.
Yeah. He had some big splash plays from what I saw.
And Stafford's back healthy, and Puka Nakua, like we said, like
Yeah,
he's
he's a
stepped
good
up every
receiver.
single
He's good,
game.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Tyler Higbee had a cool little game, like 60 yards, 5, 6 catches.
they still got players. They're going to be in the playoffs, like to me,
You
100%.
think they're gonna be in the hunt? They're gonna be in the hunt for sure,
I
for
think
sure.
they're going to be a wild card team this year for sure.
See, I don't know. Like you got a team from the South. You got the Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Lions.
I think
There's
they'll
two
get
more.
one of the three wild card spots.
Did I say Seattle? Seattle.
Yes. I'm not sure Seattle's better than them.
I think Seattle is. I think it was just a week one game. I think we'll see. We'll see. Like it's still early, but I think Seattle. I trust Seattle. I think I
I could
trust Seattle
see
more.
I could see
I
all three of
I
them
like
getting in,
Seattle's roster
for being
more. I
real.
like Seattle's
I
roster
could see
more.
I could see three teams from the West getting in, including Seattle and San
It
Francisco, Seattle,
wouldn't
San
be.
Francisco, and the Rams. I could see it happen.
I can see that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I think it's only going to be one from the South for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to the
Um,
NFC South. But yeah, man.
is
Let's
that
move on to. Let's move
Ravens?
on.
Ravens Browns?
Yeah, this game was just awful. The Browns.
I didn't.
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest. Once Deshaun was out, I didn't. I was like, they're gonna lose.
I thought they'd be able to do something. I thought they'd be able to hold the Ravens to like under 20 points because this defense has been balling the first few weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, they just couldn't do anything offensively. And DTR, I think he had 3 picks. Like he kept giving them short fields. Lamar cut him up. Like there was nothing they could do.
Yeah.
Deshaun, even though
The
Deshaun
Browns
hasn't looked
had.
good. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
I was like the Browns had more plays ran, but like from the box score, time of possession, it was pretty even. Like so, I think it was the turnovers. They had 3
man. Yeah,
turnovers, and the Ravens definitely probably capitalized on the turnovers. And Lamar, I mean, Lamar was he didn't do anything crazy. 15 for 19, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns.
he only had
I
19
don't know,
passes.
man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. I think maybe just go
Yeah,
ahead.
the Browns just couldn't move the ball. That's really what it came down to. Deshaun, even though as bad as he's looked these first couple of weeks, he's still by far the best option for that team. So, yeah, we'll see. I think it definitely play out differently the next time these teams play. But
Yeah, I think this was
today
definitely a
wasn't their day.
disappointment. Yeah, and then yeah, I think just not having Deshaun and then the rookie versus the Ravens, they always have one of the better defenses, you know. But damn, he had 3 picks. Yeah, you're not gonna win with the rookie quarterback throwing 3 picks. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, not
But
good.
nah, Ravens continuing to be one of the better teams in the AFC, which I mean is kind of expected at this point.
Yeah, outside of that robbery against the Titans, they should be 4-0 right now. So, yeah, like, good on them.
Yeah. Wait, the
But
Colts, you mean?
no, the Ravens.
No, yeah, the Ravens lost to the
Yeah.
Colts.
Oh yeah, it was the Colts, not the
Yeah, you
Titans.
said
My
any
bad.
time, not Titans.
My
Nah.
bad. But yeah, man, let's
Oh
move on
man,
to Vikings and Panthers.
that game was a was a snooze. I'm not gonna lie.
It was like both
How do you
teams.
think? I was like, how do you think Bryce Young is looking? I'm not
He hasn't
too
looked.
moved.
He hasn't looked good. Like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean. But I think a lot of it is his circumstance. He doesn't got really anybody to throw to, and his own line's really bad. So that's just a
Yeah,
bad combination for a young quarterback. Stroud, you know what I mean. We could talk about Stroud. He's got a bad O line. He's still doing his thing. So,
but
but you know,
he might just be one of them
he might
ones,
just
man.
be better, right? Yeah. So, but
I think he is better,
yeah.
respectfully.
But yeah, man, we'll see. Yeah, this game, Kirk Cousins started off with a pick six, and then it looked like the Panthers. I think started this game up 13-0, and then the Vikings scored 21 in
Yeah,
half. Like they had a strip sack of Bryce Young, and they ran it back for a touchdown. That pretty much swung the game right there for the Vikings. And the Vikings get their first one of the season. You know, it'll stop the trade rumors for at least 1 week. But yeah. We'll see what happens when it comes to the Vikings. The Panthers, I already expect them to be bad.
yeah. I
Um,
think we both picked the Panthers to lose, but I don't know. I'm just if you're because they don't have their first round pick, it's going to
that's right.
Chicago.
That's right. They
So
traded up.
like I don't know what they're gonna do to get a weapon because they desperately need a wide receiver one or like a big weapon.
This could be one of
Um,
those teams because I saw like rumors that they're in the market for a wide receiver. Like we don't know who that could be because I don't
yeah,
know
I
much
saw they
about
wanted
their
a wide
roster.
receiver one in the trade market, but like, what are you gonna trade? You're gonna have to
Yeah,
trade something, you know?
yeah. But I think I don't really think they're gonna get anybody that's that useful this year. If I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
probably not.
Next year, I could see them being the team that pays T. Higgins a lot of
Yeah,
money to
man.
be their number one.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so like
even I don't know. I
they'll
just
add something, but yeah, they definitely Bryce Young needs some more help. He
yeah.
does.
It's really early, but Bryce Young just looks kind of small, man. Like when you watch him
He
play,
is. He's tiny.
he's tiny, man. He's tiny. He's like my height, bro.
Bro,
He's maybe a
it's
little
like
taller, but
it's like bro, it's like Devontae Smith, the quarterback. Like that's legit what he
yeah. But
is.
Devontae's like that.
No, but I'm saying
No,
size
yeah,
wise,
yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah.
if Devontae Smith's playing quarterback, like you're like, bro, that's like barbecue chicken. Like you're eating that
No,
up,
yeah.
right? Like,
Jettas did his thing though. My guy
oh yeah,
Jettas.
I mean he does his thing
He's
every
him.
week. Bengals could use him right
Damn.
now.
The
Bad.
time of possession was in favor of the Panthers by a lot. It was like 40-20, like minutes. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You would think with that they'd be able to win, but they
No,
just
yeah,
couldn't do
but
it.
I just don't think that offense is. I don't know. Frank Wright, I don't love him as a coach.
I think Frank Reich's fine, but he's just not on a very talented team. Like I think that's really what it comes down to. Like he's trying to make the best out of a bad situation. This is a rebuilding team. It's gonna take a little bit, right? They
Yeah.
gotta add more talent, and I think they'll be fine. I still believe in Bryce Young as a quarterback. He is small, but
Uh,
we've seen small quarterbacks
I like CJ Stroud better, man.
like your
They should have
boy.
picked him.
That's fine. That's fine, right? I do too. But I'm saying we've seen small quarterbacks like your boy, Father of the Year Drew Brees succeed.
Hey,
So
respect Drew Brees, bro. He was 6 feet tall and he was slinging that thing. He was like
exactly,
that. In his prime, oh my god. I hate the narrative that Drew Brees was a thing like bro, in his prime he would throw that shit down the field, man. 2011, oh my god, one of the best seasons ever, bro. Jesus.
I don't know. His arm is. It was. It wasn't
You're
great.
such a troll, bro. You
No,
actually
seriously.
don't.
He didn't have
Bro,
a
in
great arm.
2011, he threw the ball down the field, bro.
Breeze never had a great arm.
No, he never had a great arm, but he had a good arm. He
Yeah,
used
it
to
was
take
good.
deep. He took his deep shots. I hate the narrative that he was always he never threw he never pushed it deep. I hate that narrative because that was only like the latter part of his career. Like in the last 2 years, he couldn't throw it deep.
I don't know, bro.
Now you're a troll, bro. See, like I can't take you seriously because now I know you're trolling me. Now I know you're trolling me.
Nah, respect Drew Brees, great father, great
You're a
husband,
fucking
all that.
sicko. You're sick.
But
You sick of me.
nah,
He
I
was a
love Drew
great.
Brees. I love
Nah,
Drew
he was
Brees.
a great quarterback. Don't play with him, man. Don't play with him,
Deep shots.
bro. I'm telling no,
Outside of
like,
that, though, he didn't really
bro.
take. Not a lot.
2011,
Drew
Devery
Brees,
Henderson, Jimmy Graham, bro. He would throw that shit deep, bro. Watch his 2011 tape, bro. Please don't play with me, bro. He was like that. He was like that.
I'm just saying, I don't really remember Drew Brees like throwing like deep bombs down the field that
It
much.
was
I really
it
don't.
was definitely like 2011 to like 14, 15, and then
I don't think
they
it's his
changed it.
fault, by the way, because like the Saints never really had like a real deep threat. Even now, like Michael Thomas, like before the injuries, like he's not even really like a deep threat either. Like he kind of looks like
Like his rookie year he would take like not deep shots but like he would move the he wasn't just like a slant intermediate guy. He would move like he would do doubles, you know. I think it's just after 2017, 2018, that's when they no, like 2017 is when they started running the ball more and they started like trying to limit Drew Brees throwing it, trying to preserve like his arm.
yeah,
Because then 2018 he had like a shoulder, he had like an injury versus Dallas when they were on a win streak, and then
yep.
after that he was never really the same. Unfortunately, like throwing the ball.
Got to spend more time with his kids though, so that was
You're a fucking sicko. This is why Tom Brady's the cheater, bro, and he only has one real ring.
all right. No, but let's move on. Let's move on to your first heartbreak of the week.
My goodness, man. My goodness.
This was yeah, man.
I could see this
game,
coming a mile away.
I was sad watching this game. Not gonna lie, man, because it just you come to the realization he shouldn't be out there right now.
He shouldn't be out there. I've been saying this, man. Like, you know me. I
hoping
love
he could
Burrow.
Play through it. I was hoping he could play through it. I don't know, man. I just think at this point they're like risking.
They're hurting the team. They're hurting him. They're hurting their playoff chances. They're not doing anyone any favors. Like Burrow's not better than right now in his current state. Burrow isn't better than Jake Browning, bro. Like I'm sorry, he can't move. He can't move. He can't look around the pocket. He can't process the field.
He looked like one of the worst.
He's been one of the worst quarterbacks, bro. Like,
yeah.
And I love Joe Burrow. You know this. I'm like his biggest fan. He's not good this year. He's really bad. But it's like the play calling isn't good. The coaching isn't good. The O line's been abysmal. He hasn't been
awful. O line has been fucking awful.
Like, and usually Burrow can move around and like, you know, negate that and like go through his reads. But now it's just like he stands there and he looks at his first read and it's not there and he's getting sacked. Like he's not moving. He's not helping the team. They need to sit him. I feel like they could have sat him this first 4 weeks. They would have been probably 1-3 right now, and they'd be in the same spot, except he'd be resting and he'd be on his way to 100%. It's just bad malpractice, bro. This is like the shit that made Andrew Luck retire. This is how bad they've handled the situation. Like it's not good.
I agree with you. That's what it's looking like right now. Yeah, man, it's year 4 of this, of him having a shaky offensive line. Like, yeah, at some point, we saw it with the Chiefs, right? Like, we saw after what happened to them against the Bucs, they're just like, we're never doing this again. We're going.
But they had injuries, but yeah. Like,
but still, like,
no, yeah.
This O-line, he's never had a good O-line in his career.
I feel like I want to push back a little bit because last year I thought once they were getting good, like I thought the O-line was getting good, and then the injuries got boom right in the playoffs, and it was bad. Like Lyle Collins tore his ACL, and then they had like 4 different they had 4 rotational linemen in the AFC Championship game. I think last year in the championship, but. I thought last year they
now though. That's the thing. They're healthy.
Yeah, no, yeah. They're healthy now. Now they're just not good. Orlando Brown Jr. hasn't been good. He's
awful.
I don't know, man. Like I was honestly kind of worried after week 1 just because like they lost really bad. But I was like, okay, it was raining. Burrow's coming off a calf injury, and then week 2 I was like, all right, Burrow looked good. He was looking better, and then he hurt his calf again. And then week 3, I was like, bro, this is like he's not looking good, and it's just getting worse. And I don't know, man. I don't know if they could beat the Cardinals like with Bro at his current state right now.
Bro, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like they could beat anybody right now the way they're playing on offense. They
What
can't
would
move
you
the
do?
ball.
What would you do
I
to
sit them.
try to salvage the season? Like, well,
The thing is, at this point, I'm not sure if it's salvageable at 1-3. It's going to be really tough to come back from that. But at this point, I'm not even really thinking about that. If I'm running the Bengals, I'm worried about Joe Burrow and his future.
yeah.
And I think you said they have a bye in a couple weeks, right?
They have 2 games, and they have Arizona, Seattle, and then I think they have a bye.
If I was them, I'd sit Burrow these next 3 weeks with the 2 games in the bye, and run them back after that. Whatever your record is, you just play it
out. And then after the bye, I think they have San Fran, which is
exactly.
It could be ugly. It could be really ugly.
Yeah. If they lose next week, it's not.
I think best case scenario, they come out the bye 2-4, and you hope to go on a heater. Like, you hope Burrow is as close as 100 as you could be. You hope you could beat the San Francisco 49ers, and you just because they still got the Bills. I think they got the Chiefs again. I think they got the Jags. Like, I know they have a gauntlet, bro, and they're 0-3 in division in AFC in the conference. I mean, and they're 0-2 in division. Like, it's
tough.
They could have just sat him after the Ravens loss. Like, they could have beat the Rams the way the Rams played with Jake Browning. They could have sat him again. It's frustrating, man. As a Burrow fan, it's frustrating.
In hindsight, yeah, it looks like they've handled this in the worst possible.
But even then, bro, even at the time, people were saying, like, sit Burrow. Like, you're not.
Yeah, you're right. No, you were one of those people that were saying he was sit, so I'll give it to you on that. You were right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think part of it was just Burrow himself wanting to play too. But
I think it's because he got the contract too, man. Like, he was like, I think he's like,
I really don't
I think in like the back of his head, he's like, I got this contract, I got to go out there and play. Like,
It's possible, but I really don't think it's that. I think it's just him looking at the season. It's like, damn, we're 0-2. Like, I need to I need to be out there. But at some point, you need to save him from himself, Like, where he doesn't. Because a player's always going to want to play, right? Like a competitor like him, he's never going to want to sit. But he might need to because
he has to.
But yeah, man, let's move on to your.
We didn't even talk about the Titans once. They pretty. I mean, let's just. Yeah, Derrick Henry looked good.
That good. Yeah,
Derrick Henry looked good.
I don't think the Titans are good. I just think they faced what right now is a bad team. So
yeah,
I mean, good on
bad O-line, and their defensive line looked good because their secondary isn't good, but Bengals couldn't do shit. You see Jamar Chase? I'm always fucking open. Excuse my profanity. I love Jamar, man. I love that guy.
But yeah, man, let's move on to.
Oh man, this one.
Yeah, man.
I got.
Know, man. This offense isn't good. I don't know what to say. Like, I want to say your and my team are the 2 worst offenses in the league by offensive points.
You know what pisses me off though? We have way more talent. We have good receivers.
Yeah.
It's the coaching, bro. It's the coaching. It's honestly the O-line played a better game. Like, I was concerned because I had the Bucs winning. Me and you disagreed on this pick. I had the Bucs. You had the Saints. I had the Bucs winning because I thought the D-line would be enough to cause trouble to Jameis, but Jameis didn't even play. It was Carr that played. I don't think the injury bothered him, but maybe to a degree, but it didn't show on the field. I just think the play calling wasn't good. The O-line, it did better, but the play calling was abysmal. Like, they threw the ball to Alvin Kamara 13 times. You know how many yards he had?
It was like 13 for 23 or something like that.
It's 33 yards. 13 catches for 33 yards. Bro, that's embarrassing. Yeah, Chris Olave had 1 catch. Yeah. Baker looked good, man. I mean, the Saints, all right, put it like this. The game-changing play was when the Saints got a pick from Baker in the red zone. It got spotted at the 1-yard line. Guess what the Saints ran at the 1-yard line?
Didn't they run like a halfback dive?
They ran a fullback dive with
like
Alex Prentice, and he fumbled it. The Saints beat themselves. The defense didn't come to play. Marshawn, honestly, he didn't look great. He only gave up. He gave up like 2 catches to Mike Evans, and then Mike Evans was out, and then we still didn't look good. All Baker carved us up the second half. He was 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. Baker looks good again, man. I don't know.
He's back.
This is like, as a Saints fan, it's so like defeating, bro. Like watching this offense every single year, and it's not like we don't have the talent. Like respectfully, Patriots offense is ass. Like they're just the personnel.
We'll get.
We don't. We have good weapons. I don't know. At a certain point, Dennis Allen, if he wants to save his ass, he needs to fire Pete Carmichael, bro. Like he's not a good offensive coordinator. And thank you for what you did with Drew Brees and Sean Payton, but that was with Drew Brees, one of the great, and Sean Payton, one of the better coaches of the last era. I don't know. We got to make a change soon. Like it's getting embarrassing. Like Saints fans are frustrated. You got the media fighting with each other, bro. It's ridiculous, man.
It's all bad.
It's bad. It's bad out here.
I don't know who's trying to call me. Yeah, man. Not much to add to that.
It was ass kicking, bro. Like that's it.
Yeah. The Saints, like this division's still up for grabs for anybody. Like the Saints moved to 2-2 now, so they're pretty much neck and neck with all the other teams in the South. So yeah, man, they just got to get together. They got Kamara back, and like
they got to get him.
Just got to get him.
They got him going.
This offense. But yeah, like once that happens, I think they should at least. I still got the Saints winning this division.
I don't honestly. I don't trust the Bucks because I don't trust Baker. Just because like I've seen Baker be Baker, you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, at this point, I can't take the Saints over anyone like in that division, other than the Panthers. Like the Falcons could beat us just because they have their coaching. Desmond Ritter doesn't scare you, but you got to respect that offense, and their defense hasn't been terrible. They've been pretty good, you know, in certain spots. It's going to be a close race. If the Saints don't get it turned around, though, there's no shot. Like,
yeah, I hear you, man. It's not looking good for them, but we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, man, let's move on to.
Yeah, this is your neck of the woods right here.
Dolphins and Bills. We thought this would be a game of the week. I had the Bills winning this game.
I had the Dolphins winning. Yeah.
It wasn't close, man. It wasn't like.
I felt like it was a little close. The first half was like 20. It was like back and forth for a bit, and then
like they both went on back-to-back touchdown drives. They were like,
I was like, this is gonna be a shootout. Yeah.
But then after that, the Bills' defense, they just stepped up, man. They did. And listen, all right, I'm not here to bag Tua or anything like that, but it's like in games like these, you see the gap, right, when it comes to
for sure
quarterbacks, and like. Tua, as great as he's been this year, is not Josh Allen. He's not any of those top-end quarterbacks that we talk about. So I think that's a big reason why they lost. As well as the Bills' defense, like looking like they're back. And plus, Vaughn Miller said that he's going to be coming back.
He's practicing, I think.
Yeah. He said like 90% chance he's back against Jackson.
Oh, shit. Damn.
So that they're going to add him to what they already got.
They have like Greg Russo, Leonard Floyd, Matt Milano is a good linebacker. I think their weakness is corners, and then with Tre'Davious White going down, it sucks for them.
That sucks. Yeah.
But I mean, I think I saw somewhere where they play mostly zone, so like you're not like you don't need the star corner. I mean, it helped obviously, but. They have a good front seven. They got 2 good safeties, so I think they'll be okay. And they did fine versus Miami, one of the best, probably the best offense. Everyone would say coming in,
far, easily. So, but yeah, the Bills pretty much asserted themselves. They're kind of shut down.
Josh Allen
after that week 1. Josh Allen's looking like
he's one of them ones, man.
He's looking like
one of them ones
right now. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, one of them ones.
I
think. In a game like this, like you said, it just shows like Tua's a good quarterback. You got to stop putting him in that Mahomes, Allen, Herbert conversation. He just isn't. He's just not like respectfully. He's not in that like arm talent conversation. He's a good quarterback though. Like and people think he has a shot. It's just until he proves he can do it like week in week out versus the good defenses, which the great quarterbacks do. You got to do it as you want to be a great quarterback. You got to do it versus the great defenses, and he don't. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but I don't know.
He wasn't good enough.
They fell behind, and then it was kind of over. The Bills are just that team where you you let up a little bit, they're gonna knock you out.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if there's another team in the league that has as high of a ceiling as the Bills
And then
and
a
as
low
low
is a
of a
low. Like
floor.
they
Yeah,
beat the Dolphins and they lose to the Jets. I don't know.
yeah,
I think,
exactly. So it's they're a weird team, but as long as Josh Allen plays mistake-free football, they'll be able
bro, he was
to win
perfect.
any game. He was great. Yeah.
Gabe
Um.
Davis had a good game. Stephon did
Yeah, you got everybody involved.
like when Gabe Davis has a good game, that's when you know. Oh, the Bills are about to smoke you. The Bills are gonna smoke you.
For real, that's
uh,
true.
Josh Allen, man, he's one of them ones, man. I love watching him play. Just like because you don't know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
I'll never
It's
forget
entertaining.
his playoff debut. He fucking threw like a backwards pass versus the Texans. You remember that?
Oh, I do. Yeah, that game was
That
pretty
was
crazy.
that was fucking nuts, bro. That was nuts. But it was pretty disappointing, man. I thought this was gonna be a shootout for sure.
I think everyone did. I think everyone thought this was going to be game of the week, but it was nothing even close to that. But yeah, man. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Broncos and the Bears.
Oh man,
And
this was a game. It was certainly
this
something.
this is a game like everyone was coming into this game. It's like, oh man, are these the worst two teams in the league? This is the Caleb Williams Bowl, all that shit, right? And the Bears got off to a hot start. I think they were up what 21 to nothing.
They went,
21 to
I think
7,
28.
something like
It was
that.
28-7. The Broncos started off. They scored first, and then it was all Chicago from there for a minute. Justin Fields he was perfect for like
Yeah,
a half,
Justin
and
Fields had
then
by far the best game of his career. The first 300-yard plus game of his career. Yeah, man. I guess this Broncos defense could just make anybody look good, right? Like that's what it seems like. At this
bro,
point.
they're not good
Yeah,
at
they're
all.
awful. But
They're really bad.
yeah, but as bad as they are, the Bears are even worse because they let them come all the way back, and the Broncos end up getting this win.
Yeah, Russell Wilson looked good. He had a good
He was
game.
good. Russ, especially like that touchdown he had at Cortland Sutton, like
Yeah,
that was a dot. Russ hasn't been as bad. I think the Russ
he's been a good quarterback, but he's not a force multiplier anymore. He's
yeah.
not one of them ones anymore, man.
I think the Russ hate it goes off of like people's personal feelings towards him, and they
Yeah,
kind of
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I let it affect me, but like
yeah.
he's been fine. He hasn't been the problem this year. Last year he was a problem.
No,
This
he hasn't
year
been a problem.
it's the defense. The defense has been a
Defense
problem.
is awful. So, but yeah, man, not much to say about this game. These are two bad teams, and the less
If you're a Broncos fan, are you like is this a win where you're like I don't know if I should be excited? Like I think this is a win where you're not excited about it. Like you ruined your
you
job.
can't be excited. You can't be excited. You literally had to make a heroic comeback.
Miracle comeback, yeah.
So not much to feel good coming out of it for them. I mean, they get the win, but it's like, damn, this could cost you Caleb Williams. So like,
Yeah.
who knows? Like,
Was it worth it?
was it really worth it in the end? Yeah, these are the questions you got to ask yourself after this game. So, but yeah, good win for them, I guess. But
I guess it's crazy.
yeah,
Oh man.
Let's move on to one of the
Hey,
favorite games of the week.
hey, respect
Commanders and
Sam
the
Howell, baby.
Sam
Respect
Howell,
Sam Howell.
the Sam
We
Howell
live.
agenda.
The
Is
agenda
back.
lives.
It is
Hey,
back.
he looked good, man. He looked
He
good.
looked good, man.
He had some
Especially
good throws. He was making some big boy throws, man.
that last throw to McLaurin at the end, but they called it out of bounds.
Yeah, that
That
sucked.
I was like, damn, bro, like that was a big throw on a big.
If his
play.
arm,
He
if
just
the
couldn't get that
DB's
foot
arm
down.
isn't there, he would get that foot down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He stepped on his hand.
Yeah, he stepped on his hand.
So yeah, man, like the Eagles narrowly escaped with this one. My dad's an Eagles fan, so he was like losing his mind throughout the game. Like the Eagles tried to give away this game multiple times. Like
Yeah.
the Commanders just once it got to overtime, they just couldn't capitalize, and then the Eagles
I think
by a field goal. So
I think the Eagles secondary can get got, but I think Jalen Hurts. I think he had one of his better games, man, throwing the ball.
Hurts is bad.
He
He's bad.
he had some beautiful passes to AJ Brown, like deep. I think he had like two that looked exactly alike with AJ Brown, and like I think they were both touchdowns, right?
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns.
Nah, AJ Brown was he was great.
Like 175 and 2 touchdowns.
9 for 175, 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. The Eagles 4-0, man. They're one of the last. I think. Are they the only unbeaten team?
No, the Niners. They're the Niners.
The Niners, yeah.
It's only 2. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only 2 unbeaten teams right now. So, Yeah, man, big time win for them. Like, cause when I was watching the game, I was thinking, I was like, man, does like Washington kind of have like the Eagles number because Washington
No,
beat the
yeah,
Eagles last year.
last
So
year.
I was like, maybe they just got their number. I don't know, but the Eagles kind of because they were down early in this game, but like they made that comeback. Hurts just
Yeah.
started dotting them up.
Would you have gone for two?
Oh, 100%. I would have went for the
Yeah,
win.
I think that's and it's funny because Ron Rivera used to be known as Riverboat Ron, man. He used to go
Riverboat,
for
yeah, yeah,
big fourth downs. I don't know. I feel like I don't like when if you're on the road. I feel like you got to go for two, especially
yeah,
if you're not considered like an equal. And I think a lot of people will say the Eagles are just a better team. I feel like you got to go for the win. Like with the Titans and Giants last year, week one, Giants going for two. Like that was a tone setter for the season. Then they won a bunch of close games and it just shows like I don't know. I just feel like like if you're on the road and you have nothing to lose, like you're not expected to win. You're not the better team. You don't have the better quarterback. You got to go for two just like hey, we're not scared, And I
exactly.
would have went for two personally, but
Yeah, I at that point, like you can't play for overtime. You just got to go for the
yeah,
win.
because didn't they get the ball and they didn't score?
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
So that would have been a good time to go for it, in my opinion.
yeah.
I get why you didn't, but yeah, it cost him. It cost him the game. Like
Oh yeah, for
so.
sure.
But yeah, good win for the Eagles. They're moving on to 4-0, and yeah, man, like they're the class. Them and the Niners are the class of the NFC right now, easily. So
Yeah, I think the Niners are the best team though. I
to
don't.
me, yeah, I think the Niners are the overall best team. But yeah, that's gonna be game of the year later this year when the Eagles and Niners play.
I think Cowboys Niners is gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be a fun game.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I think Cowboy. We'll get into.
I think the
We'll get
Cowboys
into
would
it.
get exposed, but I don't know. We'll see.
I disagree with that.
But yeah, let's move on to Texans and
Oh, this
Steelers.
this was interesting because we both had the Steelers. I don't know why. I just we didn't want to overreact to the Texans winning the Jaguars, and I think that's why we both kind of picked the Steelers,
It
right?
wasn't just that, man. It was the Texans were literally down all five of their
No,
starters on
yeah,
the offensive line. I was
and
thinking T.J. Watt is gonna feast on this. The Texans played this right though. What they did was they literally just double teamed T.J. the entire game. And the story coming out of this though is that the Steelers' offense is just garbage. Like
it's
they
bad,
can't move the ball. Kenny Pickett doesn't look good right now.
and he got
Matt,
hurt.
yeah, and he got hurt. Yeah, it looks serious. It turns out it's not as serious as what they thought. It's just like a bone bruise or something like that. But there's still a chance he could miss this upcoming game. But yeah, man, Matt Canada is the worst play caller in the league, and I really think that's affecting them right now. And their O line hasn't been good either. And my brother is a Steelers fan, and he's like really pissed about them not playing their young guys because they drafted that guy Broderick Jones in the
Uh,
first round, and he doesn't play, and they're getting killed on the O line, and they're also getting killed in their secondary too. And they drafted Joey Porter, and he's not playing as well. So it's like at
yeah,
some point, like you're gonna have to throw these guys in because
I think
there's
Mike
some.
Tomlin's kind of overrated, man. Like
Tomlin's a
respectfully,
good coach, but he's an old school coach in the sense that he's
and,
like
and
very
this,
set. He's very set in his ways.
yeah,
He's like, we're gonna ease our guys in no matter how, even if it's like hurting our team. Currently, we're gonna ease our guys in no matter what. But it's like at some point, man, you got to let these guys play because they can't be worse than what the product is on the field currently, right?
and I think how we were talking about. Like I said, Dan Campbell's a good coach because he has good offensive coordinator. Like he's surrounding himself. I think being a good, like I said, being a good coach means you're going to surround yourself with good coordinators, and he continues to employ Matt Canada, bro. Everyone knows he's not a good play caller. Like
Yeah, it's
the
like
offense
it's
hasn't
like college shit. It's like literally
it
college
hasn't been
verbatim
good
draft
since
shit.
the fucking Killer Bees, bro. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Mike Tomlin,
It's been a
he's a
long
good
time.
coach. You can't disrespect the coach who's never had a losing season. But at a certain point, what it's like, what have you done for me lately? Like you're not winning any playoff games. You're not doing anything in the playoffs. I
Exactly.
don't know. I think
No,
I feel for Steelers fans, man. Like it's probably frustrating. Like honestly,
oh yeah,
but
yeah, it is. It is. I can imagine for them, you know. But yeah, man, it's like coming out of this game, like I don't really know what to think of the Steelers.
I don't. I think people overestimated their talent.
Yeah, I did. I didn't take into account to the other factors that were affecting this team. So, to me, they look like they're gonna be like a 7-8 win team, something like around there. Because
Probably, yeah.
this offense just
They probably get 9 wins just to fucking keep that stupid ass streak alive.
keep that streak alive.
Stupid ass streak. Yeah. But I think what we should be talking about, CJ Stroud. He's like that, man.
CJ Stroud, man.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's the story coming out of this game. CJ Stroud, I want to say he's second all time in his first 4 games as a starter. I think
passing yards. Yeah, I think Cam's one.
I think so. One, but he's like right behind him, bro. He's just in any situation. He's had no O-line all year long.
No O-line, no name receivers.
Unproven guys, but like a couple of their guys, like I think they hit on Tank Dell, the guy they drafted.
Nico Collins went off.
Nico Collins had like 100 and I think like
168,
like that.
168. Yeah,
so
2 touchdowns.
Like, and the thing about the Texans too, they kind of have like a good young player at every position of their team. Quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Running back, they got Damian Pierce. Receiver, they got
Nico Collins.
And
then they got veterans like Dalton Schultz in there. Yeah. They brought in a bunch of guys like I feel like they brought in a bunch of B players like in free agency. They didn't do any splash plays. Yeah. They filled up their roster with like good, solid players.
They filled just with like good vets. They just brought in good vets that they know could fill those holes that they have.
Yeah.
And like on defense, they got Stingley, they got Will Anderson, they got Jalen.
Yeah, Stingley hasn't been playing though. He's on IR.
But like when
they're building. They're building something. Yeah.
Like, and if they got their quarterback, like this is like a team for the future.
Now they just need to like maybe go for like some splash. Not a splash. Like you don't want to go crazy, but you want to like try to hit. You just swing. You just want to swing for the fences.
While the iron's hot, what I mean? Like you got to take advantage of the rookie contract the quarterback is on. And, I mean, them being as bad as they are, I'm pretty sure next year they're going to have probably the most cap space in the league, so they can add a lot more to this team. And I still, despite how good Stroud's look, I still don't think this team's going to win a whole lot of games, So
I think they'll win like 7 games.
Their pick should still be relatively high, so they'll be able to add more players in that aspect as well.
Yeah.
But, good win for the Texans, man. Really bad loss for the Steelers.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, man. CJ Stroud, though. Looks like they got their quarterback, man. Looks like they got their guy.
He's their guy. They got their guy.
He's their guy for sure.
But yeah, man, let's move on to the Las Vegas Raiders and the LA.
Wow, this was a fucking snooze fest. Jesus. I don't know, man. I think it's time to let go of that fraud.
Oh, he's coming
McDaniels.
back.
He's out of here.
He's coming back. He's coming back to New England. I already know. Yeah, man. He's not a good head coach. Like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, I understand Jimmy G was out and you were starting a rookie. He got sacked literally 10 times. Khalil Mack got 6 sacks.
6 of them, bro. You made Khalil Mack look like he was back in 2017.
He looked like prime Khalil Mack again. Their right tackle, I think it's Jermaine Illuminor, got absolutely destroyed the entire game. I just don't know why they didn't double him because he clearly can't block him one-on-one, but he made no adjustments there. I felt bad for the kid. Like, he just ran into...
Justin Herbert didn't even have that great of a game throwing
Herbert didn't even really have to do that much. Herbert had a god-tier throw to end the game.
Bro, that was... Herbert... Bro, we both said it. He has top 2 arm talent. Top 2.
He does. So
Him, Allen, Mahomes, bro. 3 best arms in the league.
It just came down to the Chargers had the better quarterback, so they won this game.
Oh, he had 2 rushing touchdowns, though. Herbert.
Yeah, so... Yeah, man. McDaniels, he's not going to keep his job. He's not.
Yeah.
After this season, I don't know if they're going to fire him in season.
Did you see what he said about his quarterback, bro? Like, you can't be a. He said something about like turning the ball over. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Like, he's a rookie. Like, it's.
And he's not. It's not even like a high pick, bro.
Under the bus. Don't throw him under the bus. Like you're the reason why he was getting killed the entire game.
And I thought for what they asked him, he was fine. Like, it was his first start. He was 24 for 39, like 240 yards. Like, he didn't play bad.
He did all he could. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Josh Jacobs, I mean, he had a good game, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah, they couldn't run the ball, so yeah, I don't know. Like,
Josh Jacobs had a good game in the receiving. My bad. He had a good game.
But yeah, man. Like McDaniels.
He's not a good coach.
See you at the end of this year, bro. Like, I already know you're coming back. So it is what it is. Yeah. I think this lesson. This should be a lesson to the rest of the NFL. Don't hire anybody from the Bellichick coaching tree. They never work out. They all suck. Okay, just like him.
Especially like when you think about it, he took over a playoff roster, got better because he. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, sorry. No, but last year, thank you. They got I just remember Quentin Williams when he sneezed. He said, "Bless you." Yeah. Oh shit, that's funny. But no, hey, the Raiders with I don't even know his fucking name, bro. Like that special teams coach went to the playoffs, gave the Bengals all a run for their money.
Oh yeah, I forgot that guy's name, but they all wanted him back.
Yeah, they wanted him back. They bring in Josh McDaniels. Same team, they got better because they got Devontae Adams when Derek Carr of the year before was throwing to like Renfro and Zay Jones and a bunch of like nobodies, right?
Randoms, yeah.
And last year they lose like fucking hella close games. He benches Carr towards the end of the year. He basically kicks him out.
Yeah, he kicked him out to bring in his guy, Jimmy G. That's what he wanted to do.
Which is a downgrade.
Yeah, like
it's so dumb, bro.
At best, it's a lateral move. Like
at best, yeah.
You know, I was thinking at the time, I'm like, okay, if you can get one of these quarterbacks in the draft, then go for it. But they didn't even do that. They just brought in Jimmy G and acted like that was going to solve everything. Then he gets hurt, like he always does, right? And they have to run Aiden O'Connell, and he gets killed.
So, I didn't even think about that, bro. Jimmy G's hurt, like like always, right? Every year, man.
So yeah, like he's not gonna survive this season.
He's not a good coach. He's not a good head coach. He's not a good head coach.
I think he saw it as a play caller. Head coach, it's just not his jam. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Let's move on to the 49ers and the Cardinals.
This is an ass beating.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns in this game.
Bro, he's best back in the league this year, man.
He's getting some MVP talk. They're talking like he looks great, man. Like it's just like listen, I don't want to. It's not disrespectful to Brock Purdy because I think Brock Purdy's like legit good.
He's a good player, yeah.
But bro,
shit, he was 20 for 21, dude. What the fuck? Oh wow.
But again, bro, he only had to throw 21 times. Like, that's pretty crazy.
McCaffrey went off though.
Like he just has to like swing it out to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey goes like 20 yards. Like, it's just the offense that they designed and the players they have in this offense. It's unstoppable. Like, there's just nothing you can do. And Purdy's just so damn accurate. He can get these guys the ball in space. And Brandon Ayuk too. Like he went off.
He's a good receiver. I think he's better than Debo. I don't even think that's it.
He's about to get paid big time, right? So yeah, man.
He's probably gonna leave, huh?
He might. He's going to the highest bidder. If I'm him, I get my money. You know.
Yeah. Where would you go?
Because who's paying me the most money? That's where I'm going. I'm saying we saw it in the past before. Like the Niners had Emmanuel Sanders before. Like he had a really good year for them, and like they just let him go, and then they drafted Ayuk. So
they just draft so well, bro.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're gonna do. I think they'll probably just because they can't pay everybody, right? So Ayuk is the guy that could be the odd man out just based off that.
I think he's better than Debo, though. Honestly.
I think he's a better pure receiver than Debo.
Yeah.
Debo's a better overall player, like when you count in the rushing and all that. Like, Debo's still very good.
No, he's a good football player. Brandon's a better receiver.
I'll give you that.
But, I don't know. I guess Debo's probably more valuable just because he could do more.
Yeah.
But the thing with Debo is, like, he's more prone to injury just because of, like, what they ask him to do. They ask him to, like, play running back, play aggressive, play downhill. Brandon, he's like a good route runner. He gets down the field.
Right.
I don't know. It'll be interesting, though.
Yeah. Not much to say on the Cardinals end of this. Like, Josh
Allen,
he didn't there's nothing to do. Like, they're just outmatched.
They
look pretty good for the most part for them.
Yeah, for what he's asked to do with who he has, like, he's been fine. He's not been the problem. He's, like, not the solution, but he's
and him being brought in, like, literally, like, a couple of
the week of, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty impressive what he's doing considering he basically had no time with these guys. Like he's kind of learning on the fly with all these players.
I think
You know?
he's
And it's not like he has anything great to throw to either. Like he's got
like
Holiday,
Marquise
Stein,
Brown's. Yeah, Marquise Brown's pretty overrated. He's not overrated anymore, but
he's solid. Like he's nothing.
He's a good like a good wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, man, let's move on. I got a lot to say about this game.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me. All right. I mean, I know you didn't have any expectations going into this game.
No.
We both had the Cowboys winning, and I thought it could be pretty ugly, and it was the ugliest in Belichick's career. Where do you stand with Mac Jones, and where do you stand with Bill Belichick? Like overall, what are your thoughts on this? Because I don't know. I'll let you go. Go talk your shit.
They both need to be gone. Plain and simple. Like,
both need to be gone.
I'm saying, listen, all right. I don't think this game tells you like, oh, that Mac Jones is this or that. I don't think he was as bad. I don't think he's as bad as he played against the Cowboys, I should say.
No, yeah, for sure.
But the bottom line is he's just not that good, and he's not that talented in terms of his arm strength and all that. Like, there's nowhere to go with him. Like with young quarterbacks, you're just like, okay, like he's kind of bad now, but it's like. Look at the flashes. Look at
Anthony Richardson, like Josh Allen, his rookie year.
Exactly, right? Because they got the physical talent to be able to become something like that. Mac Jones doesn't, right? So with him, it's just like there's nowhere to go but mid or down even. Like this year's a down. It's going down.
Yeah.
Right? If they lose next week, it's going to get really ugly because their schedule gets tougher after that.
Play the Saints.
Yeah, if they lose to they got Saints and Raiders the next 2 weeks, and all the Patriots fans are like, oh, we're going to be 3-3. First of all, that's worst case scenario if you're a real Patriots fan, because what's the point of being 3-3? What's the point of being 8-9 again? We need to bottom out and draft a real quarterback and get rid of Belichick and bring in a fucking modern day coach. That's what we need to do. This is Belichick's mess. Okay, it's the same shit every week. They have stupid ass penalties. They dig themselves into holes every single week, right? They're down they spot the other team fucking 14-0, 16-0 every week. Okay?
I feel like they were never even in the game. Like they just threw themselves out the game.
They had a solid first drive, right? They had a solid first drive. They went down the field. Pop Douglas made like a nice catch. He spin move, went up the sideline. Then they get down to 4th and 1, and they kick the field goal like a bunch of pussies. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay? At that point in the game, it's 4th and 1. Just go for it. Okay? Stop being a bitch. All right? But the way he coaches, it's so old school. It's so fucking ancient that you can't win with this style anymore. You can't just get a bunch of mid receivers that no teams wanted. Okay? That's literally all the Patriots have.
Juju Smith, 1 for 14. Devontae Parker, 2 for 33.
They have a bunch of receivers that
bunch of wide receiver threes from a bunch of
from a bunch of teams that are actually good now, right?
No, yeah, like Kendrick Bourne, wasn't he on the Niners?
Yes, he was on the Niners. They're like
Juju Smith was on the Chiefs, was on the Steelers. Devontae Parker was on the Dolphins. They don't want him. These are rejects wide receiver threes.
We're taking cast off reject ass receivers. Okay, that's all this team is full of. All right. And we have a mid noodle arm quarterback to go along with it. So, all that is going to equal to this shit. Oh, and let's not forget our 2 best players on defense are basically out for the season.
Christian Gonzalez.
Matt Judon tore his bicep. He's done. Right? They said 3-month recovery. We're not making the playoffs, so that's
he's out. He's out.
Christian Gonzalez torn labrum in his shoulder, so he's out.
Oh fuck! I didn't. Damn.
They're screwed. The season's done. Belichick should be fired, and Mac Jones should be cut / traded, whatever the fuck you want to. He needs to be off this team. Okay, they all need to be gone. They need to tear this team down to the studs.
I don't think they're gonna fire Bill, bro.
I don't think they are either. That's what pisses me off. I think they wanted to get to the record. The thing is, I don't think he's getting the record.
He's not getting the record unless he stays this.
If he stays on this
next
team,
year, yeah,
he's not getting the record. It's going to take him 5 years to get the record.
He'd be 16 wins or something.
He's like, I want to say he's like 20-something wins away.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take him like fucking 3 seasons minimum
Minimum. Yeah.
on this team.
So
I just think,
it is
yeah,
what it is, man. Like,
yeah,
they
like
were. I thought this game was gonna be like a typical Patriots game where, oh, they dig themselves a hole, they make a fake comeback, but they lose in the end. This was nothing like that. As soon as Christian Gonzalez went out, it was pretty much a wrap because I swear, I shit you not, the second he went down, the very next play, Miles Bryant got checked in onto CD Lamb. They immediately targeted that bum.
isn't that the guy you said shouldn't be in the NFL?
Yeah, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. They immediately targeted him. Boom, fade, touchdown. First play. I'm just like, yeah. See? And listen, at this point, he was the only guy who could fucking play. All of our corners are hurt. Jack Jones is out. Jonathan Jones is out. Christian Gonzalez got hurt. So we're down all three of the... Oh, Marcus Jones is out too. We were running fucking Miles Bryant and Sean Wade. Like, they had no fucking shot. No shot at all. And it showed. They just got beat down. This game went as bad as you could possibly imagine from every aspect when it comes to just injuries and just play on the field. This is Mac's worst game of his career. Belichick's worst loss of his career. It's just all bad. So, yeah, man, they're finished. Like, I don't give a shit if they, like, let's say they got a fake ass means nothing win against the Saints next week.
Hey, whoa, respect my Saints.
I'm telling you, the Saints are winning that game. But I'm saying,
I don't think.
Let's say we do win, right? Who cares? What does that mean? What? We beat a bad offense. We beat a hurt quarterback. Like, that's all we could beat. We can only beat hurt quarterbacks or backup quarterbacks. You know, I don't think Carr's 100%. So they're still running with them. You know, so even if they win, it's not going to mean a goddamn thing. But yeah, I said all I got to say about this. The Patriots.
I mean, you pretty much touched on it, man.
Season's over. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. Like like he has 6 Super Bowls, so I don't know. I would chill on the Bill Belichick disrespect, but other than that, I pretty much agree. Like we said, bunch of reject wide receiver 3s from good teams that like were like, we don't want you anymore. You can leave. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think Mac Jones. I wasn't high on him. I just thought he was a serviceable quarterback. Like I thought he was like he was like a Kirk Cousins. He had potential to be in the Kirk Cousins tier, like a good quarterback.
And I still think he does, but
he has to be in the perfect system. Like he has to be in the Niners system. He has to be in the Dolphin system. He has to be with like
great O-line. You got to have great receivers. Like all this shit's got to go.
Like if he was on the Bengals, I still don't even think he'd be as good as like Burrow though. Like
no, he's fucking nowhere near Burrow. Not even close.
And like I don't know. I think I've seen like media has been saying like, oh, like he's not even well liked in the locker room because of the cheap shit he does, like the nut tapping sauce or the twisting what's his name on the Panthers, Brian Burns ankle and shit like that. Like he slid and he has a bad rep. He's not good. He has a bad rep. He's not well liked. The coaches don't like him. Yeah, it's just a lot of shit. Yeah, I think
I'm done with it all.
I think as a Patriots fan, you just want to like probably. And isn't this like one of the most like paid receiver rooms? I want to say. Yeah. Ironically,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Which is pretty crazy to think about.
Because they're all mid, bro.
They're just not that good. Juju looks awful. Like
he's cooked.
Sorry, he looks cooked. I don't know what to say, man. He's not doing anything. Like I want to say, there's a stat. It's like they're the worst teams. Like they're the worst team in the league when it comes to wide receiver separation. They're averaging something like 1.
Yeah, it's not shocking. It's not shocking.
Or something like that. It's worse in the league. So in that aspect, it's not Mac Jones' fault. The offensive line is a fucking joke too. Like I didn't even. Their offensive line is awful. So, yeah, you just can't win with this. And at the end of the day, Mac Jones could go to another place and become.
He'd probably be he'd be like a Ryan Tannehill, you know, like revive his career.
Serviceable is not winning you Super Bowls. You need elite, and that's what I want. I'm tired of running mid quarterback. I'm tired of having mid quarterback play. I'm tired of being 8-9 and just being like middle of the draft every year. I'm good on that. We need elite talent on this team, and we're not going to get it unless we bottom out. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they lose every single game for the rest of the season. That's
you want Caleb? Caleb or Shador?
Shador's not coming out. Dion already said
No, you
Dion's
think?
making him stay. Yeah, Dion's making him stay. So I would love Shador though.
Yeah,
But yeah,
let's get on to Sunday night, man. This was fun. I don't know if you watched because I was texting you, but you weren't replying.
I didn't get to watch as much of this game as I want. I was trying to catch a little bit on my phone. I was on my niece's birthday.
Yeah.
But,
bro.
Yeah, man.
Zach Wilson looked fucking. He looked like BYU Zach, bro. Like legit. He was doing what he did at BYU. He was moving around. He was throwing the ball deep. He was throwing it with confidence. He was like, you just saw drive after drive. His confidence was. It was honestly really awesome to see, man. I was like really happy for him. And then
I was rooting for him. Not gonna lie.
I know you hate Mahomes too. So like, Jets, Mahomes.
I don't hate Mahomes. I really don't.
We
already know where we stand with the
argument.
I don't hate Mahomes. I actually really like him.
Nah, I love Mahomes, but like, I was rooting for Zach, bro. Like, it was fun to see Zach. Like, honestly, I was really happy to see Zach confident, throwing the ball well, and it was a fun game, man. Like, I think the Chiefs were up 17-0, and I think they kind of like, all right, we're gonna run away with this one, like, you know how they did versus Chicago. But the Jets, they're a tough defense, man. They got some picks, they got turnovers.
Mahomes was bad in this game. Like
it was bad until it mattered. I think
well, we'll talk about some of the plays that he made, and the controversy behind that as well.
I think, we're gonna talk about that.
3rd-and-22 run, like that motherfucker was getting held for like a full 15 seconds. They didn't call it.
I think the reason they didn't call it was because the guy just kind of gave up on the play, like the one who's getting held. Bro, like
I think it was Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, I think, from Florida State, right?
And I think that, in my opinion, the Jets got hurt in this game. Like, not saying they would have won this game, but some of the calls the Chiefs got at the end of this game were clearly in their favor.
Some were questionable, but the Jets also got some calls in their favor, like that horse collar.
Zach Wilson fumbled too. So
that's the thing that sucks, man. Like, he literally played perfect, and then he fumbled it, and then they never got the ball back. And the Chiefs just good teams, they win ugly games, man. And the Chiefs are a good team. They won this ugly game. I think if you're a Jets fan, though, like, you could be optimistic because Zach looked really good, man. Like,
you hope
he legit
build off of.
Yeah, I hope honestly, I hope this is something that like boosts his confidence and he like continues to like grow. Like, if he could do this every week, like it's asking a lot, but if he could do 80% of this every week, the Jets have a shot to make the playoffs just because their roster's that talented, their defense is that good. Breece Hall, what did he do? Breece Hall looked pretty. He looked all right. Oh, he had that 43-yard run, and I think he could have broke it if someone missed a block, bro, and he could have housed it.
I feel like he breaks a big run every week.
Yeah,
at least one.
He's good, man.
Good, bro.
He's good.
But yeah, like for the Jets, disappointing to lose this game.
Yeah,
it was very winnable. Like Mahomes had like. He tried
2
to
picks
that
over.
Yeah. Like I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to
CJ Mosley dropped a bad one too. He should have had a pick.
Mahomes legit could have had like 4 picks in this game.
Yeah.
Like
he could have had his Josh Allen game.
Yeah, exactly. So that tells you what this Jets defense is actually capable of. But
I do think though, like the Chiefs kind of like let their foot off the gas, and you can't do that versus a good defense like this. But if you're a Chiefs fan, Mahomes played terrible, and you guys still won, and you could have won by double digits if he didn't slide. If you're a Jets fan, though, you hung in there with one of the best teams in the AFC. Zach Wilson showed some promise. It's something you could build off of because the schedule's still going to be tough. But I don't know. It was a fun game to watch, man. I was really happy to see Zach Wilson play well. It was cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Let's move on to
last game of fraud. Your fraud watch was on the wrong fraud.
Yeah, man. The Giants. I mean, there's not much to say about them.
I was wrong about them. I'll say that. I didn't think.
The way I feel about Daniel Jones, kind of the way I feel about Mac Jones. It's just like these guys they're just not that talented in the first place in order to like elevate teams. They need everything right around them. They need a good running game. They need and that's really what it is. Daniel Jones, he had that pick 6 to Devon Witherspoon. This is his breakout game for the Seahawks.
Bro, he was everywhere. He looked awesome.
He looked great.
He had a
So
sack. He had a
yeah,
bunch of
pick
tackles. He had a
six.
pick
Yeah,
six. It was a
yeah,
coming out game for him for sure.
great for him. But yeah, yeah, man, the Giants, they did the mistake, which I hope the Patriots don't make. Like, like if Mac Jones has like a good year 4 or something like that, where
Yeah,
they gave him a big contract, and now they got to bite the bullet this year and next year at least.
yeah.
With him.
I
So yeah, I mean, they're kind of stuck in this situation. Their team's just not that good.
They're not
Offensively.
talented enough. Dallin Jones isn't a force multiplier. He's not a elevator of a team.
No,
The coaching just honestly hasn't been good either. Like Darren Waller's been fucking terrible. He's terrible trade. Or was it trade or sign? It was a trade, I
it
think.
was a trade. Yeah, it was a trade. They gave up
Like
pretty much
that
nothing to get him though. So.
like that was supposed to be their big weapon. He's done jack shit,
He's
dude.
not enough. He's not enough. They need more. They really don't have anything at wide receiver. Like that's the thing. So
Yeah.
um,
I just think it's so much blame to go around. Like it's easy to just scapegoat Daniel Jones, but I think it's everyone has their hand in it,
it's
man.
a full team problem. It's a full team problem. Like we saw it last year. They won a lot of one score games that could have gone either way.
And they got lucky.
Yeah,
You hate to
yeah,
say it, they got lucky a lot. Yeah.
It wasn't sustainable, right? And now we're seeing it swing back the other way for them. And yeah, man, it's just at this point.
And then also when you give up, was it 11 sacks or whatever, 10? Like,
yeah,
bro.
Oh yeah, he got. Yeah, he got
Daniel Jones was getting the shit kicked out of him, dude.
I can't really blame him fully for this game, even though
I
don't think he's a
Yeah.
franchise quarterback, but his line, especially Evan Neal, looks like a complete bust. Like the guy that they drafted.
Yeah,
last year.
and then Andrew Thomas is hurt again. Saquon's hurt again.
It's just all bad for them right now. So
The Seahawks really didn't have to do much, honestly, on offense. Like
yeah.
Geno didn't do anything crazy. Drew Lock came in and he threw like a cool he didn't even do any no offense took it like all the way.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse for them too, for the Giants because they play the Bills and the Dolphins the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're gonna get the Bills. The Bills and Dolphins might drop 50 on them each.
Yeah, so they're staring at 1-5 right now.
Oh yeah,
so,
I was 100% wrong with. I didn't think the Giants were gonna be a good team. I just didn't think they'd be what they showed week 1, and so far that's who they are. Other than that second half versus Arizona,
nothing.
they haven't done shit, dude.
I want to say at home that they've scored the least amount of points at home to start off a season ever or something like that.
Like 3, 6 points probably.
I think 6 points.
No, it's only been 3 points.
Because
because they got shut out. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah. So,
God damn. And then their big comeback was in Arizona.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. They look like they're going down. This could be a really bad year for them.
Yeah, I think I think they should just lose and see where they draft and probably draft a quarterback, probably sit him a couple of years, and then.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, hindsight, even then, I guess they shouldn't have signed Daniel Jones to it. They should have just gave him the franchise tag.
Yeah, well, they declined his 5th year because they
didn't believe it, and then they signed him to a big contract when he had a good year.
It's kind of like what happened with Blake Bortles. He got his 5th year.
That guy sucked, bro.
Yeah, but it's
his stat padding was elite, though. His stat padding was elite.
Yeah, that 1 year where he threw
40 touchdowns or some shit with Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns. Yeah,
they were down 38-7 in every game, but
he had 15-year-old me fooled, bro. Hey, Blake Bortles low-key might be lying. Nah, he's fucking mid, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
It was crazy. Allen Robinson is still in the league on the Steelers.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
Completely forgot about player, man. He hasn't done shit since the Jaguars days, honestly.
Ever since the Rams trade.
Nah, it was his last year in Chicago. He was ass.
Oh yeah, you're right. But
and people are like, "Oh, it's just a Fields." But yeah,
injury. Well, everyone thought it was injury related because he was playing hurt. So
he's just not good anymore. He's cooked.
He had a couple of really good years with the Bears, but
oh yeah, he was good. He was a good receiver, but yeah, we're going off topic. Yeah, no. Giants need to blow. There's nothing to blow up. They don't have anyone.
They don't got shit. They don't got shit. They just got to build. They just got to build really and get another quarterback. I think
honestly,
a good coach.
I think Daniel Jones would be good in Atlanta, bro.
I mean, he'd be better than Ritter, but
I think he's a good quarterback in a good system. That's the cop out answer, but he's not.
Still, it's dude, is that what you want? Is that what you
No,
want?
no,
Or
no,
you just
no, no.
want
You for
like?
sure. Obviously, you want a Mahomes, but there's only like three of
I'm
those
not
type of
saying.
players on the
Listen,
planet, bro.
I'm not expecting a Mahomes, but it's like I think you can
No,
take
no.
swings on guys with elite talent, with
Yeah,
elite tools, right? Until you do that, you're not going anywhere, right?
yeah,
Like you're gonna miss sometimes. You know, it's happened. Like we saw with Sam Darnold, he missed. He had elite tools coming out, but it's like you got to take a shot because if you
yeah,
just draft a quarterback like a Daniel Jones or a Mac Jones, your ass gonna be mid. That's it. That's pretty much your ceiling, right? Like you're gonna have like a year where like, oh fuck, like we saw with Matt Ryan, right? Matt
MVP year.
Ryan,
That shit was a
the
fluke.
MVP year, right? But that's not who he is.
Nah, he's
Like
a
in general, right?
yeah.
He
He was
was
just
just
a
an
good
above average.
quarterback.
He was an
Yeah,
above average quarterback, right? So,
yeah.
um, yeah, that the Seahawks good on them. Like I can't really call them frauds anymore. Like Geno's good, man. He's good.
He's a good player, man. He's a good
Nothing much
player.
to say. But yeah, man, that's it.
You want to do the predictions now, or you want to do them tomorrow? Up to you.
I want to do. I want to do them tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, it's been a pretty long pod.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I was like, it's gonna be a long one if we do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the
Better start
predictions.
editing, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have the shit posted tonight.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it posted tonight for sure. But yeah, man.
Let's
Yeah,
preview. No, yeah.
thanks for joining us. Yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. For the prediction show for this upcoming week.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
have some topics. We'll see what's
we'll
going
figure out
on.
some other side topics to talk about. You know, maybe talk about some stuff outside of sports.
Just a quick preview. What game are you looking forward to most? I'm looking at the schedule right now. I think Jets and Broncos for comedy reasons, and then Niners Cowboys for like football reasons.
I'd say, just looking at it, I'd say yeah, Cowboys and Niners, and then Eagles and Rams are probably the two most interesting to me.
Yeah, that could be
Just
interesting
looking
too.
at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
All right,
No,
that's it for today.
yeah, it's good talking to y'all. See y'all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man. That's it. Later, bro.